Hey guys, Tina with Next Step Streaming, and today I want to talk to you about how you should be reaching out to companies about certain things, whether it be with sponsorships for clothing or products for sports drinks, or even companies that are releasing games. Right now, it is very, very big for games to want streamers to play. And so many streamers right now think that, oh, these companies just want really big time streamers. They don't want small guys like me. Wrong. That is absolutely that's absolutely wrong. That's crazy. They want all different sizes, different play styles, communities. They want to reach out to as many people as possible. And honestly, a lot of times they don't want the really big streamers because the really big streamers are going to ask for really big amounts of money to stream their games. While streamers like us, we're just happy to have the game gifted to us because we don't feel like paying $60. And it's kind of cool when somebody gives us a game a couple days or a couple weeks before because we kind of feel like a celebrity for a little bit. And everybody's always asking about it, which always is a great conversation starter. So, these are a few steps that you want to follow in your email when you are writing to these companies. Right off the bat, make sure you are following this company on all sorts of social media. Make sure you're following them on Twitter, if they have Facebook groups, if they have a Twitch channel. Follow. It shows that you already kind of are interested and invested. It's kind of crazy if you were to go to a company and say, oh my God, I absolutely love your stuff, and you're not even following them on anywhere on social media. Also, don't be afraid to start interacting. It's the same thing when I have you guys networking with other streamers. It's the same thing that you want to network with companies too. So start liking their stuff, start looking at their stuff. Even better, if you already own some of their gear or some of their product or already have played games that they've done in the past, let them know. Take pictures, be proud of it. Already kind of start advertising for them in a way because people, companies, you're showing them an example. It's almost like sending them a resume. Like, see, I know to handle social media. I know how to get, the word out there, and I have the audience and the viewers that are interested in what I'm doing. Check me out. GG Subs, for instance, I never approached GG Subs. I actually was a huge fan of GG Subs. I had ordered, I was drinking on stream. I took, snapshots of it. I shared it on Twitter. I even asked some of my followers, I said, hey, if you really are enjoying, GG Subs, do you mind, letting them know that you heard about it from me? They actually ended up approaching me and they were like, listen, we can't get your followers to shut up about you and your stupid GG Subs addiction. Let's hook you up. And I was like, yes, please. So you might be able to circumvent this whole entire process by just doing a little bit extra work in the beginning. After you have followed them and stalked them all across social media, it's time to send them an email. You want to see if they have somebody that you should specifically be reaching out to. Sometimes they have a partnership person or a sponsorship person. If not, look for like a public relations PR person. Any sort of social media. Don't even be afraid to reach out through their Twitter and be like, hey, I would really like to talk to your team, about a sponsorship or a way that we can work together. Is there someone specific I should be reaching out to? That's what I did with Freshly. I went and I just emailed their generic help email, and I was like, listen, I think this would be a great opportunity. Who should I email to? And they gave me an email, and I emailed them, and I got my Freshly sponsorship. So find out who you should be emailing to. Ideally, you also want to find their name. If you can't, just say, hey, whatever product, like, hey, Freshly, blah, 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 blah. When you start out with like, to whom this concerns or whatever, it's a little bit too formal. It's a little bit too dated. But ideally, and it shows that you've done the legwork, if you at least find the name of the person that you're emailing to. If it's just a general like help or PR, just be like, hey, Freshly, blah, 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 blah. Or hey, GG Subs, blah, 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 blah. That's okay too. Once you find out who you're emailing, be sure to introduce yourself. You need to, if you can't advertise yourself, you can't advertise their product. So go on, tell them, what is your channel? What do you play? What is your audience like? Why do you think it would be a good working relationship? What's extra special about you that you can bring to the table? Even if it is, I'm a smaller streamer and have a very tight knit community. Own that. That's fine. This is not a time for you to start throwing, follower count numbers, things like that. Instead, tell them how often you stream, how dedicated you are, how you are excited to really kind of come into your own and want to proudly represent a company now that you have a channel backing you. Step 4, so social media, find out who you should email, introduce yourself in the email, start out with that. Then 4, prove that it's you. And this is something that people did not realize or ever think about. When you are emailing a company, they have no proof it's you. And if they're going to be sending you products, sending you money, sending you, codes, they need to make sure it's you. What they usually do is they look at the email that you're sending them and they check it on your Twitch and your Twitter. So how do you make sure to prove that it's kind of you? Make sure the email you're sending from is your business account that is both linked on your Twitter and in one of your panels on Twitch down below. A lot of times people make a Gmail account. They're like username@gmail.com. Super simple, easy. Put that in your Twitter, put that in your panels. And that way that completely circumvents the whole, is this person who they are? Any sort of confusion. Just get that right off the plate. Along with making sure that email is, include your Twitch account in the email. Don't make them have to work for anything. Don't make them have to figure out that your email is your username on Twitch. Put a direct link. Hey guys, this is my channel. I would love for you to come check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Put that link right in there. That way it ties it all together. That's how you prove who you are. Because I could say I'm freaking Lyric in an email, and Lyric 1837 b2b at gmail.com, and okay, dear Coca-Cola, I want you to sponsor me, send me all of your stuff like that. They're gonna obviously be like, okay, this obviously isn't the real Lyric. None of that makes sense. So make sure it makes sense when you're doing that. The next step is, after you tell them who you are, explain why it's a good match, make sure your emails match, give them your Twitch account. You want to be patient, right? You want to remember that, this company, you're reaching out to them. And a lot of times companies really don't have the manpower to kind of deal with all the different emails coming in. And some companies didn't even think of a sponsorship. I'll take Freshly, for instance. Freshly is very, very new when it comes to sponsorships. And when I reached out to them, they're like, we don't even really know how Twitch works. Let's talk this out. And, we taught each other a bunch of stuff, and that's good. So sometimes, people will get that email and they'll be like, oh, I didn't even think about a sponsorship. Let me look at this person's channel. Let me look at Twitch. Let me see what the benefits, the pros and cons of having a sponsorship is. So please be patient. With that being said, don't be afraid to shoot an email 1 to 2 weeks later and be like, hey, you guys have been in the back of mind. I just want to touch base, see if you had any questions, and then wish them the best. Do not harass them. Do not give them an ultimatum. I need to know an answer by next week or else I'm signing up for this company. Or, oh man, I really haven't heard from you, and I'm starting to get worried, and it would really mean a lot to me if you guys would just give me an answer, because guess what? Silence is an answer. So if you just at least follow up and touch base, it shows that, okay, you are, tying up loose ends and you're being professional about stuff, but that's it. After that email, if they still do not respond, take silence as your answer, and it just wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. There could be a bazillion number of reasons why they are not interested in following up with you, and that's fine. Lastly, once you've done this email and you followed up and they decided they want to sponsor you or give you a product or give you a game key, make sure you are actually following up on your end of the bargain. You are posting pictures about it. You're talking about it on your Twitter. Make sure, and this is very, 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 very important. If you are given something for free, you have to put hashtag ad wherever you are posting when you are playing that game at that moment. When it is like under embargo, or they're really trying to sell it. So take for instance, GG Sups, the strawberry flavor. They sent me the cup and the strawberry flavor for free. So when it first came out, and my first couple, times I was drinking it and really advertising it, like the point of my Twitter post was to sell that drink, I did hashtag ad. Now, if I'm sitting in my stream, or if I do post a picture to Twitter and I'm holding my pink GG Subs cup, do I have to put ad? No, I don't, because the intention is not to sell it. It's just in the picture. But you want to keep that in mind. The FTC is getting very, very strict about it, and a lot of other streamers actually, unfortunately, are also getting really strict on each other about it. There's been a lot of like whistleblowing and like, oh, she didn't put ad, and it does kind of feel skeevy the first couple times you do it because you feel like a sellout. But honestly, it's like, it's just, it is what it is, and people, I feel, have not treated me any different, or that didn't deter anybody from watching when I was playing Surviving Mars, when I had ad in the title for the first 2 weeks I played. Now, if I play now, I'm not going to put ad in my title now, because now I'm just playing it for fun. I'm not actively trying to sell it. So that's a different, but make sure you are looking into the FTC rules and guidelines with that, because it can become very serious stuff if people are thinking you're just trying to weasel out and sell stuff without actually admitting it. So guys, that is pretty much what you want to do. You want to make sure you're following them on social media. You want to introduce yourself in the email and go down like who you are, why you would be a good match, and make sure you include, your channel number or your channel link, and make sure all your emails match, okay? And then make sure you're patient and follow up if you need to. And then after that, if it goes through, awesome. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Just learn. Move on from it. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. I feel like I want to say something else. Oh, okay. You know what I could also do? You know what I can do too? I have my email right here that I sent to the Surviving Mars people. So I found out, this is a quick story. I found out about Surviving Mars kind of late in the game. And they were telling people that we were out of keys, that there's no more keys, that they had given them out to all the big streamers, that they were done. And I was like, all right, you know what? Like, let me just try, right? Like, you can always still try. Like, there's no problem. There's nothing bad in trying. So I said, okay, I'm going to track down. I went on their Twitter, and they had a relations dude, a PR dude, and he was like, this was really, really late. Like, so I did my digging, and a while ago he was like, listen, if you're interested in a key, contact me here. I found the email, found his name. I had to find his name because his Twitter name wasn't even his real name. I had to go on the website, put 2 and 2 together, find out the dude's name for my email. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You do all your digging, reached out to him, and this is my email to him. And keep in mind, this is from a company that was telling people that they were completely out of keys and it was too close to launch and they weren't giving keys, okay? So I said, hey, Jesse, I wanted to reach out to you as I would love to stream Surviving Mars. And right there. So his name, mention what you are looking for. Sometimes when you reach out to these guys, they have multiple games that they're giving keys out, or multiple products, or tell them specifically. Be very clear. Name, I want to reach out to you, so I would love to stream Surviving Mars. Done. I had my start in streaming 7 Days to Die, and one of my favorite games being Mass Effect. I feel as this almost a marriage of the two, space-themed survival, which I'm really excited to try out. It fits well with my current playstyle, as I'm just finishing up a week of Oxygen Not Included, and hoping to have another survival game to dive into. So give them a reason why. Get their eyes right off the bat of how this would be a perfect match made in heaven by giving them examples. Now, I'm going to tell them a little bit about myself. I currently stream full-time, 5 days a week at 8 hours a stream. My background of 8 years in digital marketing has taught me how to treat my channel and social media professionally, since it is my job and reflects on me and my sponsors. My community is extremely supportive, who tends to be around the ages of 20 to 30, really focused on adventure, survival, RPG, MMO, and always looking for the next game to try out. I tend to stay away from FPS as it doesn't allow me to interact with chat as much as I'd like to. I'd love to have you check me out at, and then my Twitch link, twitch.com/shadowfox086, or on Twitter at shadowfox086. Hoping to have the chance to be able to both try out Surviving Mars and also possibly make a connection for future endeavors. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day. They contacted me back within 30 minutes and had a VIP ticket for me. I'm not that big of a streamer, guys. And just by being professional and how I was selling myself to them, and I had him right back, and he was like, wow, like that was really on point, and we feel very comfortable and proud to have you part of the team. And they are looking at me to give me keys in the future. So you're even setting yourself up for future endeavors. And this is something some people don't realize or forget. Companies talk, and PR people jump jobs all the time. I think the same PR dude, one of these PR guys, he has been to 3 different companies, and he has given that company a good word about me every single time because I had a great interaction with him, and he just brings me along for the ride too. So there's multiple different ways or multiple different reasons why you're doing this email. So take the time, guys, put in the effort, and it can really, don't just shoot out an email and be like, yo, this is my name, I want to play this game, thanks, okay, bye, love you, peace. That's not going to do it. That's actually going to burn a bridge. That's why I say there's 2 ways of networking, the right way and the wrong way. Even with other streamers, it's the same with sponsorships and games. So I know it's a lot. I know this is kind of a long video, but I know some of you guys are really gearing up to reach out to sponsorships. And don't be afraid to start reaching out to people that are releasing new games. I don't know what is in the air, but there are a lot of new games coming out, both indie and otherwise. And I know I've mentioned be careful with trying out indie games or new games, but as long as you're doing the networking, as long as you are building that community to support you, there is no reason that you can't play any game that you want to. Just make sure you're putting in the time and the effort. Make sure when you do get the game to hashtag ad, and be realistic too. If you are getting a super small indie game that nobody has ever heard of and you have no one to network with, yes, there is potential for having very low numbers during that stream. But at the same time, there is potential for that game being the next blockbuster, and you kind of get it a week before everybody else, allows you to get those new viewers that are curious about the game. So keep that in mind, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, please, please, please shoot me a private message on Discord. You know you can always email me at nextstepstreaming@gmail.com. Be sure to book our phone calls at nextstepstreaming.com. And I'm on Twitter all the time. Every morning I check it at nextstepstream. So even if you want to tag me in it, or if you see a company, a sponsor, being like, hey, anybody interested? Anybody want to reach out for free games? And you don't know if it'll be a good match, tag me in it. Tag Next Step Stream in it. You know what I mean? I'll check it out for you, and I'll talk it out, and I'll be like, okay, like maybe you shouldn't be playing the zombie killer clowns when you have a child-friendly stream. Just thought. So I'm there for you guys. I'm always in your corner. I want to see you guys grow. Having a sponsorship, partnership, even a press pass to a game is very exciting. It's very cool. And I want you guys to have the best chance to do that. So I wish you luck, and I will talk to you later.